Design schools. Now, this is a touchy subject because generally I am not a big fan of schools. I do think that schools have a purpose, and for some people, school is necessary. For some people, the whole environment of the school, the discipline that you need to have, the structure, being told what to do, being guided by professionals or at least people who have a little bit more experience. A lot of people need that. I always found it a distraction, a stumbling rock on the way to my real goals. Because I was always self driven. I was always studying by myself. I always looked for things, asked the questions, did my own research. I was never lazy when it came to doing research, and this is the most important thing. Just by getting yourself involved in the design world, in the art world, finding out who were the great designers, the great artists, what did they do, why did they do it, how did they do it. These are all things that basically you can almost do yourself. Well, you can do them yourself if you want to, if you have the drive, if you have the motivation, if you have the self-discipline. Going to a design school can be useful. I'm not saying don't do it, but don't look for it as your salvation. This is not what is going to make you a great designer, maybe not even a good designer. This is what is going to give you maybe the basic tools. You will learn how to use some software. You will learn basic concepts. You will learn things that maybe on your own you would miss. You would not get to the point fast enough and efficiently enough. But for me, the design school itself is not that essential. Now, the truth is that if you go to a good school, one of the famous schools, the best thing that comes out of it is the connections. If you went to a famous school, you will be able to find a better job. But then again, it's a job. It's not a career. It's working for somebody else. It will look nice on your resume, on your CV, to have the name of a famous school. But basically that's it. It's not that the famous school will give you something that the local community college doesn't. I know you think it will. And I know that you think that the fact that there may be some teachers there that are on a higher level, this will make a difference. From my experience, again, the real difference is about you. The real difference is what you do after school, in the evening, at home, in the morning, before you go. Actually, what you do while you're supposed to be listening in class. One of the favorite things about my design school, the Istituto Europeo di Design, which is quite a good school, was the fact that I got enough freedom. It wasn't mandatory to be in all of the lessons. It wasn't mandatory to be part of the process. You had to pass the exams, you had to give nice presentations, you have to finish your projects, but the structure was flexible. So I could study on my own. I could do my own research. I could spend time in the library. I could spend time on the internet. I could spend time going around town to actually visit designers, see their studios. I am not saying avoid design schools. I am not saying that they are useless. What I'm saying is take into consideration that the major part of the work, the major part of your studies, you have to do it by yourself. You must develop the drive, the motivation, the need to know, the will to find out things. The most important thing that you have to develop is curiosity. Why? What? How? Start working on that. Leave the design school for what it is. You'll get a degree, you'll spend a lot of money there, you'll spend a couple of years of your life. Leave it for what it is. The major work you have to do yourself.